The music is just a little too loud. Or is it? Guys, from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on a short week. It feels like Tuesday, but it's Wednesday. Generally speaking, I hate Tuesdays, right? Tuesdays, I call Tuesday Kirkland brand Monday for a couple reasons. And the reason I hate Tuesday, because everyone says, oh, I hate Mondays. Oh, first day back from the weekend. Bah. No, for me, it's Tuesdays. Monday, you still have some of the weekend glow, right? The fond memories of not trading your time for money. All of the things that you said you were going to get done but didn't. But you recharged your batteries just a little bit. Monday's not so bad. You go into your week with a little bit of steam. You are never more recharged than you are on Mondays, even if you're not happy to be at work on Mondays. Tuesdays, on the other hand, Tuesdays suck. Let me tell you why. Because Tuesday, you have lost the weekend glow, and you're still very far away from Friday. Wednesday's not bad. You're halfway through it, right? Halfway through your week, hump day. You're getting over the hump. Yeah. Thursday is Friday Eve. Friday comes and it's like Christmas morning for adults. You start thinking about all the things you're going to do, and then the week repeats itself. This is the vicious cycle. The moral of the story is Tuesday can suck it. With that being said, guys, maybe you noticed the title of the live stream. Tonight, we're going to be talking about MagnaMax. And I'm really excited because I was ready this time. You know how many Spyderco Mule Team drops that I have missed? Freaking all of them. All of them except for the most recent, when I was able to get in on the Spyderco Mule Team in MagnaMax. These sold out. Some people were upset. They missed out. The Mule Team, the whole purpose of the Mule Team is to give the community, the people that care, the opportunity to test it. It's like beta testing a knife steel. That's freaking cool. And even if you're not a fixed blade guy, if you care about knife steel at all, it's one of those things that you just tend to nerd out about. Or at least I do. Maybe I'm part of a very select group of people that actually cares. But today someone sent me something. They sent me a you know what? I'll just share it. How about this? I'll just share it. There was a forum post where they were talking about the composition. This is Spyderco's forum, by the way. And all of a sudden, like, things got out of hand. Like, it started off normal. They were talking about, oh, you know, like, look at all the things. I'm batoning this Mule Team into a log. Oh, you know, I swear I can hear the sound of it sharpening. Like, the weirdest shit. Like, listen, I'm all for special steels, but nobody could hear the sound of their knife when it finally gets sharp. Don't feed me that load of beans. But I'm reading through this because I'm like, there's got to be a reason why this was sent to me, right? And sure enough, they get to the part about composition because Sal Glesser actually got in on the forum and basically said, please don't share the steel composition, which is relevant because in the letter, in the welcome letter that came in the Mule Team box, it specifically states the composition. And initially, Spyderco had the composition listed on their website. And then, very sneakily, they took it down. It was gone. And someone's like, no worries. I'll just post a photo of the little letter that came in my box. And Sal said, please don't do that. And the reason why this is relevant is because, according to Dr. Laren Thomas, the inventor of MagnaCut and now MagnaMax, they either A, got something wrong, or B, the potential possibility that the latest Mule Team might not have the right amount of chromium. I'm not going to bore you guys with the details. Just know that there was, according to Laren Thomas, the last batch of MagnaMax that Crucible did before they went out of business, before they shuttered their windows and doors and sold off all of their IP to Aerosteel, apparently the last heat of MagnaMax that Crucible did had a higher amount of chromium than they were supposed to. He asked for less, they gave more. The difference would be, typically speaking, that more chromium means more stainless, less edge retention. That's significant, right? Now, what's going around is that word on the street is that these mule teams may have been made out of that last heat of MagnaMax that Crucible did. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Sal Glesser stops responding in here, but if you want to find this, it's on the Spyderco forum for the mule team testing. It's the name of the thread is MagnaMax SE testing. It's for their serrated edge testing or whatever. And it goes deeper, guys. It goes deeper. Something that's really interesting, I'll show this real quick, is that if you were to look at all of the prior mule teams that are made with Crucible steel, they all say CPM before the name of the steel. You know what's missing? You can't see it in this light. CPM. There's no CPM before MagnaMax on here. For those of you who have mule teams, go look at your knife. If it is made with a Crucible steel, it'll say CPM before it. That is their thing. So the question now is this MagnaMax the real MagnaMax? The MagnaMax that was intended by Dr. Laren Thomas, or is this the faded second/last heat of Crucible, where this might not actually be the correct composition? No, this is mind-blowing. The fun part is that I don't care either way, right? I don't care either way because I got this because I wanted to do some testing. The wife was out back in the garage last night. She said, please start throwing away all this mountain of cardboard. And I said, hell no. The people will need to see the MagnaMax tested. And she's like, I don't know what that is. So now I've got a mountain of cardboard in my garage, and I've got a workbench revved and ready to go for some cut tests, baby. So I'm excited. You want to know what I've been up to this week? That's what I've been up to. I've been waiting on stuff like this. This is fantastic. By the way, the sheath doesn't come with these pull the dot loops. I added these on here because when I carry these knives, I like to carry horizontally. Scout carry, appendix carry, whatever. The horizontal carry is the way to go. I don't like doing the vertical carry. Maybe it just rubs up against my, chubby fat rolls. I don't know. Enough of that monologue. We got people coming in the chat, so we're going to start saying hi. Shout out to my man Top Dog, first person in the chat. What's up, Top Dog? Good to see you, man. The chat is jumping already, guys, so I'm going to make this quick. We're going to go down the list. Ground Fog, Red Black. We got Marco. Let's go. Master Sergeant says, you two are adorable at this age. Scream at me. Somebody's toddler in the chat. Sometimes when my toddler hears music, she's now old enough and tall enough to actually willfully enter the office. So one of these days, she might interrupt a live stream. You never know. Doc Duck, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome into Skull. Welcome into Vavelski. Hold on, Jim Miller. What's up, Jim? Welcome into Drinkwater, John Tagamori, Stonewall. Hold on. The chat keeps jumping. I'm trying to catch up as soon as I freaking can. I also don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss any anniversary shout outs. Guys, if I miss your anniversary shout out, I'm so sorry. I never intend to do that. Sometimes my brain just gets busy and there's a lot going on the screen, and I very well might have some level of ADHD, but Ed B, what's up, Ed? I tried to highlight your message, but you retracted it. What is up with channel mods retracting their message? There it is. He says, I've heard that their MagnaMax may have touched it too. Heard of that there, MagnaMax. May have touched it too. Think you got one of those. Did you caress it softly? What's up, Aaron D2? Welcome in. Welcome into John Tagamori. Probably said hi. We'll say hi anyways. Be Devious in the house. Carlos. We've got, hey, C. Kobe, what's up? Battalion leader. Battalion leader for 14 months. He says Tuesdays suck. Yes, amen to that. Tuesdays can suck it. I hate Tuesdays. I am anti-Tuesdays. That's why I don't do live streams on Tuesdays. Oh, man. Melancholy Martial Artist, what's up, man? He says, guess who has 2 thumbs in microtech MSI Orange Frag? Brand new? This MFing guy right here, Shaman, is still king. Dude, congrats, man. It's always great getting a new piece of American-made cutlery in your pocket. I love unboxing Spydercos. I love unboxing microtechs. I do. Abso-freaking-lutely. Congrats on the new knife. Oh, hey, shout out to C. Kobe for 5 gifted memberships. Let's see. Stonewall, Melancholy Martial Arts, J Slick, Miranda. What's up, Rainey? Good to see you. Renee Ramon. Well, congrats to the new / returning Spartan. Some of you guys are previous channel members. If you're a new channel member and you've been waiting for your chance to hop in the Only Spartans Discord, that is the online community for this channel, for channel members for this channel. Go to the post section of my YouTube channel right now. Scroll down, you'll see an members only post with an invite link to the Discord. Feel free to join if you would so like. Retro Ryan, what's up, man? He says, it's a load of beans. Evening. I like beans. Yeah. B Shady, what's up, man? Welcome in. Welcome in. Crazy Roach, good to see you, man. Night Rare in the house, another channel mod. He says, Roll is going full spectrum mode on MagnaMax. You have no idea. I am going full spectrum mode. I'm nerding out, but I'll tell you what, like, I'm not the biggest fixed blade guy. Really, I'm not. This is a fantastic fixed blade in its own right. The handle scales, they're really good. The sheath, the Bolteron sheath, it's all right. You know, like, I prefer Kydex, to be honest with you. But you know what? Throw some pulled it out loops on here and it's pretty dang good. I like it. I like it a lot. I've been carrying this and I don't typically carry fixed blades, but we did it for science. Yeah, for science. Bob Tism, what's up, man? Bob Tism says, same recipe, different country. Top Dog says, is it real or not? Questioning minds want to know. So, that is a very good question, and that's what I'm trying to find out. Now, the interesting thing is that if you were to comb the interwebs, if you were to dive down the cesspool rabbit hole called Reddit, at your own risk, of course. There is a post on Reddit where basically, this guy reached out to Laren Thomas directly, and I'll find it. Here's the message. So he said, essentially, Laren Thomas said, there is not more chromium in the second batch than was intended. Now, keep in mind, he's talking about the second batch of MagnaMax from Crucible. There's not more chromium in the second batch than was intended. The difference between the first and the second heats is discussed on my Patreon for paid subscribers, but otherwise, I probably won't write more until the steel gets final wide release. Interesting take, Laren. I was on the cusp of reaching out to him directly because I've had many small, short conversations with Laren. And I realized, like, you know what? Like, because part of me wanted to say, dude, you've got real world concern about the first kind of widely available, you know, like more publicly available than ever release of a knife with your steel. Like, I get it. There were a couple other knives that were made by other companies with the first batch from Crucible, but by far, like, those were not far-reaching, right? The Mule Team is far-reaching. People know the Mule Team. People look for the content. They look for information on it. Spyderco is a trusted source. People know that they can trust Spyderco to heat treat it correctly. But he's going to respond with, pay me. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair. Listen, it's fair. I am in the process of turning down knife review requests. Not from everybody, but I am slowing my roll on review collaborations so that I can start to focus more on content, on knife content that's not just a product review. As it turns out, there are like hundreds, possibly multiple hundreds, if not 1,000 channels out there that are dedicated to pumping out an episode every single day of a knife review, and a lot of people like that. The content that I enjoy making the most is actually my Steel Snobs content, which has been lagging behind. It has been a hot minute. I'm in the process of writing the episode for 15V. I'll also, of course, am going to do an episode on my cut test results for the MagnaMax Mule Team. So I'm probably going to end up paying for his Patreon. Probably should have done that from the start. He's a good resource. I quote him a lot. The moral of this story is I'm going to get more information. I wanted to open it up for discussion because we got some conflicting information here. People on Laren Thomas's Patreon are saying, well, he said that there was an issue with too much chromium in the second batch. And then we've got a screenshot from Laren Thomas right here, a supposed screenshot. Like, people are good with Photoshop these days, saying there's not more chromium in the second batch than was intended. Buy my Patreon. You win, Laren. I bought the Mule Team. I'll buy the freaking Patreon. So I'm going to get more information on this because I'm going to make content on this. So more information coming soon. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? Is it something? Is it nothing? Or do you like rocks? I'm wondering, it's relevant. Is it drama? Jim says, bad melt drama. Where's Lone Star Cowboy when you need him? I have no idea. No idea. B Shady says, I'm intrigued. Me too. Guys, I need to catch up on the chat. So I'm probably going to miss some stuff. Hold on. I'm trying not to skip too much here. Yo, Casey, what's up, man? The man, the myth, the legend, Casey from Knives Fast.
This is Sparta!
Feel like it's been forever. Good to see you. Welcome in to Knives Fast. JP says, any word, are they going to restock? I tried ordering it 11 minutes after release and they were sold out. As far as I'm aware, I doubt it. They might, but I doubt it. I could be wrong, but I swear they've only done a single release of each Mule Team that they do. And they do it for beta testing, and they hope that the right people that give them feedback gets into their hands. They'll get my feedback. I'll do a video on it. Yeah. Will there be another release? I doubt it. And I'm not going to recommend going on eBay and buying from those dirty scalpers, because while they are available on there, you will pay far more than you should, and it will only encourage the scalpers to continue to buy up stock that is meant for people that are actually wanting to use /test /try out, this new steel. So please don't buy from scalpers if you can help it. Please. Ed B says, if it's the bad batch, I'm going to poop on it like never before. I don't know. And here's the thing. I don't know if you could call it a bad batch either way. It'd probably just act more like regular MagnaCut. I don't know. The information is unclear. I'm going to keep diving in on it, though. Brown Sugar, what's up? Knives Fast says, did you see the announcement of my integral Kubi Zephyr coming soon? My design? No. Let's see. I did not see that. Hold on. You can't see it because I've got it pulled up on the other screen, but let's do this. Kubi Zephyr. I know they're going by like KB Knives. It's Kubi. We know it's Kubi. Kubi's trying to be all trendy. Let's do this. All right, I'm going to pull it up and then we're going to show it in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Is this it? I think this is it. Yeah. Look at that. That's a good looking knife. Full flat grind, right? Full flat. I Bet that's slicey. Look at that. Integral. Tomato, potato. I'll just call it an integral. Dude, that looks good. I like it. It's kind of a classic straight back drop point, right? I like the milling lines on the pocket clip, how it matches the partial milling done on the handle scales. Frame lock, of course. Of course. Thank you for not doing a button lock, by the way. Button lock integrals don't really do it for me. There is one single button lock integral that I'm interested in. That's the Machine-Wise Sonora. But a frame lock integral, very nice. Interesting. I bet you that's super slicey. It's looking good, man. Absolutely. Good looking out. Guys, if you haven't, check out the Kubi or the KB Kubi Zephyr. Sometimes you just got to pop the ears. Melancholy says, I buy American workwear and American knives. Love supporting America's 1620 workwear, best hoodies, pants ever. Never tried them out. I'll look them up though, for sure. All right. John Tagamori says, the big question is MagnaMax the new 15V? So supposedly, MagnaMax is supposed to perform like K390 or CPM 10V, but stainless. It's supposed to be an improvement. You know what? I'll just read this letter from Spyderco. I'll omit the alloy composition that's on here because, well, I mean, who knows if it's even accurate, but this is what it says. Blah, 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 blah. Essentially, MagnaMax is a rebalanced version of MagnaCut. MagnaMax offers enhanced wear resistance and toughness while retaining exceptional hardness and extreme corrosion resistance. So, if you guys were paying attention with MagnaCut, depending upon what Rockwell you get MagnaCut in, you can get MagnaCut with, I would say, I don't like saying edge retention because edge retention doesn't tell the whole story, right? When we look at cut test data from Pete, from Cedric and Ada, the MagnaCut mule team obliterated almost everything except for Maxmit, which was insane. But it's not rated to have super high wear resistance. It's supposed to have similar wear resistance to like LMax at like, 60, 64, 65 or whatever. So if they improved on that and they kept it tough and they also were able to keep it corrosion resistant, that is crazy, because typically you see a suffering in corrosion resistance when you improve on things like your wear resistance, because the composition changes, right? The things that you take out to make it more wear resistant typically make it less corrosion resistant, and also typically the higher the wear resistance, the more brittle the steel and the lower the toughness. So what makes this really interesting, what makes MagnaMax really interesting is that it's supposed to basically break the rules. Like a redheaded stepchild. It's supposed to be a rule breaker. It's like, what is this? How did you do this? This is one of the reasons why I'm going to end up getting in on Laren's Patreon. Should have bought that membership years ago. 3 years ago. Should have bought the membership 3 years ago. It's going to be the first thing I do after I exit stage left at the end of the live tonight. So I'm going to just join his Patreon. Why the freak not? Diamond Cut Steel, what's up? He says, it's not the final form of the steel. Who knows? Who knows? It's basically beta testing a knife steel. But they say it's MagnaMax. So if it's not the final form, is it not the final form because they're tweaking the composition? And that's why they don't want the composition that's listed here? Is that why they don't want this getting out? Is it because they got it wrong? Or is it not the final form because they're going to change stuff like the target Rockwell hardness? Who knows? That's the fun part about beta testing. And I'll tell you guys straight up, my results on here are not going to be the end all be all, because they could change things. They could change the composition. They could change the Rockwell target. They could change a lot. It's going to be really interesting, but I know that for Spyderco to put it on a knife, even a even a knife like the Mule Team that is meant for testing only, they had to have done some themselves, right? Right? You'd think so. So I'm really curious to see how it performs. Jose's Blades, what's up? Or is it Josie's? I think it's Jose's. Jose, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome in. Diamond Cut Steel says the Sal post on the forum told me that he's story. Told you the whole story? Yeah. Yeah. If you guys are interested in reading that, I'm not going to read the entire forum post. If you guys are interested in reading it, you can find it. It's publicly available. Just go to the Spyderco forum, go to the Mule Team section. You'll find it. Trust me. B. Devious says, so Hinderer and Benchmade will be coming out with the first MagnaMax folder? Who freaking knows, man? I have no freaking clue who's going to be doing the first folder. Maybe. I want Spyderco to get their hands on it because I know that Spyderco is going to do a good job on the heat treat. I know it. Crazy Roach, what's up, man? He says, I just ordered the new Psyop etched titanium and acid washed LMAX. Looks sick, so I had to. I've got some thoughts on that. There's one thing about that knife that I really don't like. And I'm really kind of disappointed in. All right. Listen, I'm a big Vosteed guy, okay? I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. No, I'm not trying to play the Wheel of Fortune. Get out of here. Get. This is what you're talking about, right? Yeah, this is crazy stuff. Wow, these are still available. Anyways, this is what you're talking about, right? Now, I have thoughts because I saw this. I had a full titanium Psyop. I sold it. It was the first release, first gen. I bought it. You know, some people don't know this, but I do buy Vosteed knives. They don't just send me everything. This one is much like the first release, but they changed it. And this finish right here reminds me pretty heavily of the finish that is done by Kunwu or Kunwu, however you say it. And I almost wonder, because I look at this knife, I'm like, this is identical to their very first release. It's identical minus like this acid wash with the, it's freaking cool is what it is. Like that is a really, really cool pattern design that they have going on there. It reminds me of what Kunwu does. I'd be willing to bet it's a very similar process. I'd definitely be willing to bet. I kind of think that they had some left over of the original stock that they didn't know what to do with. And so instead of having more made and doing this with a new stock, I feel like they just repurposed old stock and were like, we can do something new and cool and kind of reinvigorate to sell our remaining stock, right? The reason I believe this is that I'm not seeing any differences other than this finish on the handle scales down to the worst design aspect of this knife. And I love the Vosteed Psyop, but you see this right there? That is a thin, sharp ledge. You don't see that on the newer Psyops. You don't see it on the new micarta Psyops or on the new the carbon fiber Psyop. You don't see it. It's one of the things that I did not like about the original Psyop was that little sharp ledge. It makes it so that you can't fully depress the button. In later variations of the Psyop that use the top liner lock, they have a flat spot behind it so you can fully depress the freaking button. That's the only thing that I don't like about this. If they had just done that, this would be on the way. Because I love the Psyop, big fan of Vosteed. But I have a suspicion that they just repurposed old stock to do this finish with and to reinvigorate some remaining stock that they had. It's really cool. I want to see this more on their titanium knives because that is really freaking cool. You know, it kind of reminds me of like Venom, like from Spider-Man. You guys know what I'm talking about. Venom. That's the feel I get from it. Like this black tar substance, alien substance creeping over the handle scales, but it's, you know, stone-washed titanium. It just bothers me that they Still have this ledge there. That little sharp ledge needs to go. And I think they know that because all the newer variants, except for this, don't have it. They have a flat spot milled out right here. So, not trying to rain on anyone's parade. Maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe that's just me that cares about that. But I couldn't help but notice it. So, of course, I had to tell you guys about it. John Blackman, what's up, man? Retro Ryan says, I'm on the edge of my seat for your 15V content. It's slow and I'm sorry. It's slow and I'm sorry. I am very much trying to get through and make sure that I actually have the space to do this. So I've already started writing it. I've got it like halfway written. It's coming soonish. What's coming next, because I had a lot of... Here's the thing. I released my content on this, which I did this one. Like, I didn't turn down this review collaboration because it's freaking Buck Knives. Buck Knives made their most modern folder that they've ever made in the last 20 years, and it's really good. People have sung its praises from the mountaintop, but amongst those comments of the videos, mine and other channels, were people saying, why would you buy that when you could just spend less and get a Kershaw Bel Air? And I didn't have an answer. I didn't, because at the time I didn't have a Kershaw Bel Air, but I do now. Here it is, baby. My content for this is recorded. It just needs to be put together, which is something I'll be doing tonight. So if you want to see the comparison between the Kershaw Bel Air and the Buck Range Elite, that is coming very soon. It'll be in your notifications tomorrow morning. I hope you guys enjoy that. That's coming next. But I am working on the 15V Steel Snobs episode. And then I've also got the cut test for this, which I'm really looking forward to. I haven't done any extended cut test where I actually like count the feet of cardboard that it goes through. But we're going to. And once we put to rest this factory edge, once this factory edge bevel goes bye-bye, we're going to be putting it on the TS Prof and seeing how she sharpens, because that's part of it. That's something that people don't think about. They're always like, well, how does it cut? How does it cut? I want to know, how does it cut, but also how does it sharpen? So far, people have been saying good things, that it's not hard to sharpen and it takes a good edge. We'll see. Bobtism says, didn't Knife Center have a breakdown of this? The steel is only coming to the US for final steps, if I remember. Are we still talking about MagnaMax? Because if this was made by Crucible during their final moments, then maybe the new MagnaMax after this is going to be made by Aerosteel. That's my guess. I was really hoping that Laren would go with like Carpenter, right? I would love to see Carpenter pick up MagnaMax. But if MagnaMax was already in the works, it may have already been bought by Aerosteel. I think that's what you're getting at. B Devious says, do MagnaMax versus 15V? That's an idea. I was talking to my buddy Knife Dope. Some of you guys know Jason from the Knife Dope channel. He's got a 15V mule team, and he's offered to send it to me. Here's the hard part. This is a factory fresh edge. I don't believe that his mule team is. So the very first cut test scenario would not be a very good comparison, because if he's already put it through its paces, then what are we really testing? You know, like a resharpened edge versus a factory edge. I don't know if you could really call that a fair test, to be honest with you. Unless, of course, someone has a 15V mule team that they want to donate to the channel or sell me for a fair price, or do a knife swap with me or something that has not seen extensive cut testing already, which I'd be willing to bet probably not. But if somebody does, let me know. I'd be interested. Top Dog says, so on this MagnaMax thing, are you an insider, Rolly? I mean, I'm not an outsider. I've got one of the first knives released in it. But the question is this really MagnaMax, right? Or does it just some kind of weird steel that just has MagnaMax printed on it, and what we're getting later down the road is something completely different? That's the question, right? That's what I want to know. All right, the chat is jumping. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. Diamond Cut Steel says, I've been posting a ton of cut test vids on, and MagnaMax will be next. It's on its second edge, and while it does sharpen nicely, it doesn't sharpen nearly as nicely as K390. Good to know. Ed B says, Rolls button feels like a wallflower right now. Smash the like button. Please. 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 I would greatly appreciate it. Let YouTube know that we're live, baby. On the Edge, what's up, man? He says, like new, never used TS Prof KO3 for sale here. Message me, a lot of extras included. Ed B says, I'm pretty sure Carpenter and Laren shared the patent on it. Interesting. Super Dad, what's up, man? He says, has anyone seen the new North Mountain Blade OTF? No. No, I have not. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Is it on their website yet? Let's find out. I just know that I'm curious. I have seen this. This is their latest, their mini folder, which I think it's, man, of all the unpopular design choices makers and companies make these days, small knife and speed holes are two of the riskiest design choices you can make. People are tired of smaller knives and people are tired of speed holes. I'm not tired of either. I see a new knife released. I'm like, the speed hole version is going to be the one that sells the least. By the way, RSB 10 on North Mountain Blade will get you 10% off. It is not an affiliate code. It is a discount code. So I don't get anything if you use it, but you can take 10% off, and that's on anything on their website. I'm looking for an OTF. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it is on their Instagram. Let's see. Availability, filter, featured, new to old. OTF? Are you out there? Man, I still need to get my hands on one of these. One of these BBNM Dwyer collaborations. They call it the Chinese Strider. The irony being is that it doesn't have any of the typical things that people don't like about regular Strider knives. So there's this whole thing on the knife community right now about some people are like, oh, boo, China made, boo. But then it's like, but it's higher quality. And it's a collaboration with one of the people who gave all the designs to Strider to begin with. So, I mean, if they did it better, and it's not a clone, it's not a counterfeit, what's the problem? I'm getting distracted now. I really want one of these, though. I'm not seeing an OTF. Must be on their Instagram. Hey, what's up, Cicero? Welcome into Henry. Welcome into RJ Atwell and Rebel Rouser. He says, Rollshambo, love your video on the Oz Machine Rosie. Hey, thanks, man. I put a lot into it. I was kind of nervous to release it at first because it's a longer video. I don't typically do a lot of videos over 12 minutes because they don't really perform all that well on my channel. They don't. I've got the data to prove it. People are like, boring. I'm going to go watch Metal Complex. I feel like maybe they turn around, they watch Bees Blades to kind of like wash their ears out. They're like, ah, freaking Rollshambo put me to sleep over here. I don't know. So it's a risk for me to do a longer video. I want to say that one's like 17 minutes long. And what I was trying to get across in my Oz Rosie video was not that I disliked the Rosie. I actually like the Rosie. It's that I think that the price tag has been inflated to unrealistic proportions. I do not think the price tag, I don't even think the base price is justified at this point. I don't. I think that it's got the base price should be the ceiling right now, but it's not. You can get a plain Jane, like no frills, very plain Rosie for $700 if you are one of the magical people that win the lotteries. Now, people say, oh, I've gotten a couple off of the lotteries. Great. There's a lot of people that have entered every lottery and not gotten in on anything. So, like the $1,000 price tags, the $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 price tags you see on eBay, don't buy them. That was the message I was trying to convey, because all we are doing is encouraging a secondary market, which has all of the profit margins. So that money's not even going back to Daniel Osborne of Oz Machine Company. He's not like, somebody argued with me about this in the comment section. They're like, that's not true. Most of the sales can't happen on the secondary. It is true. Look at the secondary market. They are sold on the secondary far more than they are by Oz Machine Company, and they're being sold for more. So you buy an Oz Rosie, let's say you get in on the lottery, you buy it for $700 base price. Hardly anyone will. Very few people will. They turn around and they sell it brand new on eBay for like $1,400. That's ridiculous. Next person gets it. They're like, this is nice, but I can't use it. It feels too expensive. What if I get a scratch on it? I'll never get my money back. Sell it on Knife Swap. Never cut or carried. Then they sell it. They get their money out of it. It's just this vicious cycle. Not to mention, the design is so basic. It's a really good design. I really like the Oz Rosie. I love carrying it. But let's be real. The Oz Rosie is an extremely simplistic design, which unfortunately makes it extremely easy to make counterfeits for. There are people I trust in the knife community who are not, they're not channels. They don't make content, who tell me that they have held the latest Rosie clone and a Rosie and tell me that without a shadow of a doubt, they are indistinguishable. Indistinguishable. There we go. Can't talk right. I hate it. Freaking counterfeits. I hate them. Stephen M, what's up, man? He says, I'm fairly new and learning about different knife steels. I'd like to see MagnaMax compared to M4. Well, I don't have a knife steel rating for MagnaMax yet. I'm hoping that Laren Thomas puts one out, at least on his Patreon, especially since I'll be a member after tonight. But I should be able to pull up the ratings. Let me see if I can do that actually. Hold on. Will it let me? I have the knife steel rating comparison sheet. All right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. This is my knife steel rating comparison sheet. Anyone who's part of the Only Spartans Discord can download this. That's where it lives. Why? Because that way I don't have to pay hosting fees to host a document that contains information that can be found on Dr. Laren Thomas's website. Now, while I do not have an actual rating for MagnaMax, if we are to believe what Spyderco has written here, is we should be seeing an increase in wear resistance while maintaining toughness and high levels of corrosion resistance. Right? Okay. If we can believe Spyderco, I believe we can. So let's do this. We'll pull up M4. And then we're also going to pull up MagnaCut. Just to give you guys an idea. I'll let you know right now, M4, you sneeze in its general direction and it'll probably rust. M4. And MagnaCut. There we go. Why is it like this? I probably need to zoom out. Hold on. I'm zoomed in 250%. Let's take this back. All right. Wait. We're going to clear all of this first. M4, and MagnaCut. Okay. Now that I'm zoomed out, I can press OK, and now we can zoom back in. All right. So this is the knife steel ratings from Dr. Laren Thomas. We do not have MagnaMax, but we do have MagnaCut. If we are to believe that it's an increase in wear resistance while maintaining toughness, maintaining doesn't mean that it stays at a rating of 7 for toughness, which is rather high. I would say that probably drops down to around a 4 or a 5, which is still pretty decent, and corrosion resistance. Right now, CPM M4 is rated at a 6 for wear resistance. Wear resistance is the property which, by and large, contributes the most to edge retention. Edge retention being how long is the edge going to last, right? Right? Okay, we can agree on that. So, if MagnaMax is basically going to retain toughness and corrosion resistance and see an increase in wear resistance, it should blow CPM M4 out of the water. M4 is very tough. Very tough. It's got a really good amount of wear resistance. It's one of those steels you can rely on to basically not chip as much as other steels and also hold an edge longer. Its problem is its corrosion resistance. It is not a stainless at all. So you should expect to see basically MagnaCut far outperform steels like M4. That's one of the reasons why it's really, really exciting for a lot of people. In theory, this is just theory. I am guessing. That's why I have a mule team with MagnaMax, although people tell me this is not the final form. It should be close, right? Otherwise, why test it at all? Spyderco, I want the answers. And if you guys want to do your own knife steel comparisons, again, this is my filterable knife steel rating comparison sheet. You can download your own copy on the Discord. Lee, what's up, man? He says, hey, bro, you going to Blade Show West in Salt Lake? I want to try. It's hard to commit right now. I've got a lot of commitments right now. I have the channel. I've got my side hustle. I've got my main job. And I've got a 2-year-old toddler. It's hard to commit to anything. It's one of the reasons why my amount of time that I'm able to spend on the channel has been cut in half. I used to be able to do 4 to 5 episodes a week. And now I'm basically doing 2 episodes a week plus 2 live streams. So I want to go to Blade Show West in Salt Lake in October. I really would like to. I'm on the fence. I'll put it to you like this. I've not bought tickets yet. All right. Invisibility, what's up, man? He says, I have such a hard time sharpening M4 for some reason, even compared to M390. Well, that would be due probably to its HRC. I believe M4 has a decent Rockwell rating. What is optimal HRC for M4 steel? I believe it's up there. 62 to 64. Yeah. That's why. It can reach levels of as high as 65 to 66. So there you go. It's probably due to a higher Rockwell hardness. And if you didn't know, now you know. Let's throw in K390 real quick, just for giggles. K390, everyone's favorite steel that hardly ever gets put into knives. So when Laren Thomas says that, it should perform like a stainless K390, stainless 10V, yeah. Imagine this number going up. And that's what I'm assuming MagnaMax is supposed to perform like. Yeah. I'm really excited. We'll see. Neil McKenzie, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome in. Level on up. What's up? Stephen M. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Roman M. He says, he showed me that. Sorry. Well, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Neil says, and a wife, or is she The side hustle. I have a family. She's part of the family. Man, you guys are going to get me in trouble reading these chats. Lee says, just asking because I live in Salt Lake, so it'll be my first blade show. Can't wait. Would love to meet you. Hey, look, I am going to make to a blade show at some point. At some point, my life is going to align and I'll have the time. I don't know if that's going to be Blade Show West. That's the one I'm most likely to make it to because it's the one I'm closest to. And when I do make it to Blade Show, I hope people drop by and say hi. That'd be really cool to meet people. I'm really looking forward to that. What's up, Matt? Welcome in. Ed B says, just did a little searching. Blade Magazine says Niagara has the patent on MagnaMax. If true, they could have anyone make it. Love that. Freaking love that. Thank you, Ed B. Thank you. You're a good man. I appreciate that. Doing some legwork. Shout out to the channel mods putting in the extra legwork. Days D says new Remette Cool Whale drops at White Mountain Knives. Ooh. White Mountain Knives. The Cool Whale. Cool Whale. Look at that. Remette Cool Whale. Cool Whip. The RT Cool Whip. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm going to need to check one of these out. Look at that. Black Raindrop G10. Okay. And I'm sure, yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure they're going to have the premium model. Because I saw this, I was like, I could have sworn it was a premium model. 223, contoured, sculpted titanium handle scales. That looks like a compound ground with a hollow and a flat. Very nice. Not quite a harpoon, but I do like that kind of tip because it's really stabby, but also it maintains a good amount of, like, that geometry usually lends to a higher amount of toughness in the geometry towards the tip. That's going to be a black PVD stonewash. Okay. PVD, not DLC? Really? Ooh, this one's only $208. Look at that. Plain Jane, for you Plain Jane types out there, M390. It's a good looking knife. Looks like it's nicely contoured. I actually do like their thumb studs too. T8 hardware, I'm assuming. 7.9 inches with the 3.1 inch blade. Probably due to that big old choil right there. I'm guessing. Making a lot of guesses. Oh, you know what? This is new. We haven't seen Remette actually put their logo on the pivot before. Usually it's in a bad spot, like on the pocket clip. Not on the pocket clip, not on the blade. Boom, baby. It's on the pivot. Look at that. Looks good. Yeah, absolutely. Not on the blade, not on the pocket clip, but on the pivot. Thank you. Remette has been listening. That's the best place to put a logo. If you're going to put a logo somewhere, don't put it on the blade, put it on the pivot. Yeah, love it. It's a good shout out right there. Rebel Rouser says Rosie versus Mojave. Mojave. Yeah, no shadow of a doubt. Listen, I've got them both right here. I like them both, for the record. I like them both. Rosie right here, right? Mojave right here. Let me do a rundown real quick. The design of the Mojave is a better design. First of all, this is a full-size folder. It is utilizing a flipper tab and a deployment fuller. I'm going to call it a deployment fuller. This has the added benefit of having a lower cutting angle and more cutting edge. It has 2 jimped spots, right? And also it has a finer amount of detail. It is a newer knife. You can get it in many different configurations. This one is machinist proof number 28, if that'll focus in there. Machinist proof number 28. I was one of the early adopters, baby. The action on this guy is ridiculous. I call it like black ice. It's like slipping on black ice in the wintertime when you don't feel that moment that you've lost traction until you're already, halfway ass over tea kettle. It's a black ice type of action. I absolutely freaking love it. It is complex as far as machining is concerned, and I nerd out about those things. But if you don't care about like the complex machining that happens, just look at it like this. It's a better cutting tool. It's a better cutting tool. It really is. It has a better pocket clip design. Ergonomically speaking, yes, they're both going to be slab style. And this is not me hating on the Rosie. I'm just saying that if you want to get your money's worth all day, any day that ends in Y, I would take a Mojave over a Rosie any day of the week. Any day of the week. Super, super good. The Mojave might be my favorite American-made knife this year. Hands down. And I don't even have a complex version of it. Like, this is a machinist proof. Love this knife. I know. Slab style? Who knew? But it still has some incredible craftsmanship. Machining tolerances are excellent. Action is amazing. What the Rosie has going for it is that it's easier to carry because it's a smaller form factor. It's got insanely thin cutting geometry, so it's going to be very slicey, despite the fact that it's only 7 inches over long because the whole finger choil is integrated as part of the handle. You get plenty of grip here. So if you're someone that doesn't want to carry a full-size folder, you just want something that's going to be stupidly slicey, a Rosie is a good option. The downside on this, though, is because the entire blade is curvature, it's easy to slip out of a cut. I was doing my cut test with this, and I kept running into that damn finger choil. You don't have that issue on the Mojave. You really don't. You've got a ton of cutting real estate right there. So it's a better design. It's a better cutting tool. I mean, yeah. Love this knife. There's always a case for this knife to be in my pocket. Every day when I consider what do I want to put in my pocket, I have to remind myself, I have carried this a ton. I have not carried other knives that I want to carry as much. Yeah. Mojave over Rosie all day, every day, twice on Sunday. People are welcome to disagree with me. They're both awesome knives. I have them both. I don't have to choose. But if you do, choose the Mojave. Thank me later. Matt says, I'll be at Blade Show West and California Custom Knife Show. Very nice. I need to hydrate. I need to catch up as well. Hey, Jay Course, get in. Jay. Oh, man. He is continuing his campaign for patches. Says this is Farda. I like rocks patches. What if I just got, instead of patches, what if I did shirts? Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I want to do merch, but I want to do merch that I'll actually use as well. Like, I'm talking like hats. Like, I wear hats all the time. You guys didn't even notice I'd swapped out hats. Oh no, my other one fell down. Yeah. No one mentioned it. Like, this is a new hat from the old channel hat. This is a new hat. I know. American flags. Are they popular right now? Who cares? I like them. It's a local hat company. Anyways, I'd love to do a hat for merch. I'd love to do shirts. What about I Like Rocks shirts? Would you guys rock that? The I Like Rocks shirts? Lemons, what's up, man? He says, I hate pivot logos. Only Chinese knives do it. Not true. That is not true at all. And I've got examples everywhere. New Buck knife. Not only did Buck put their logo on the blade, they also put it on the pivot. That's American made. Let's see. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Brown Knives Cortex XL logo on the pivot. It's a knife design thing. Not just Chinese knives. Yeah. I've got other examples. But I'll take your opinion. You don't like it. If you're going to put a knife logo somewhere, I would rather have it on the pivot than on the blade. Somebody tell that to Buck. Buck was like, we're advertising everywhere. Who cares? They put it on the blade. They put it on the pivot. whatever. I love this knife, by the way. This is the Range Elite. I don't care that they billboarded the blade. Geoknife in the house. What's up, Geoknife? Welcome in. I do have a Geoknife review coming up soon, guys. New review coming soon on this guy. This is a collaboration with Poltergeist Knife Works. Keep your eyes peeled for this. Review on this one is coming soon. Bob Tism says, I love the Mojave. I don't love the lack of a choil. It doesn't feel like a user to me. I don't have any issue. I'll tell you what, I just trigger pull it, honestly. I wouldn't say it lacks a choil. It's got a big old choil. It just also has a flipper tab. I don't have it in me to flipper delete this guy. I don't, because it's a machinist proof. I got to keep it pure, man. Got to keep it pure. That being said, I have no issue choking up on this. That is a trigger pull and a half. No issue. If anything, the flipper tab adds something to put pressure against. And then you have the double jimping spots. So, you know, it's a pinch grip and a half all freaking day. Pinch grip and a half all freaking day. Mojave is an amazing carry knife. A lot of collectors will just buy it and let it sit in their desks. I carry mine. That's why I was okay going for a less flashy variant at the first. But guys, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and pop a poll up on the screen for the chat, or at least it'll pop up in the chat. If you're watching the replay, shout out to Team Replay. Guys, the theme tonight is MagnaMax. MagnaMax is here. The mule teams in MagnaMax are here. There is questions on whether or not the MagnaMax in these mule teams is going to be close to the final variant that makes its way out to the market or not. That's what we've been talking about. That's what we've been discussing. The poll is going to be, is the current drama with MagnaMax something, or is it nothing? Something, nothing. For those diehards out there who just don't care, we're going to put in I like rocks. If you don't care, you know what to do. It's in the chat, guys. Is the drama with MagnaMax something? Is it nothing? Or do you just like rocks? Joe's Garage says, not the $299 Psyop. What are we talking about? Says, just a heads up on that Vosteed Psyop. You're 100% right about those scales being original stock, because if you check the blade length of those knives, they are the original blade length. Look, I'm all for it. Repurpose, reuse. It's better than having them just sit there on the shelf, right? But if you're going to take here's my problem, okay? I love Vosteed knives. I have several of them. I've got one right here that I need to do a video on. This is a knife that I bought. It wasn't sent to me. This is the Raccoon V. Love this knife, by the way. So, like, my love for Vosteed aside, if they're going to take the extra effort to put a different finish or a different pattern on these old handle scales, I feel like they messed up by not flattening out the spot behind the button, because if they had done that, then people could fully depress the button. It was a design flaw with their very first release of the Psyop. I mentioned it back then. I'm mentioning it now. It's an oversight. If you're going to take the extra time to repurpose those older scales, at least do that, please. Experience Precision says, I don't mind at all when American companies billboard. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me anymore, to be honest with you. You know, it doesn't bother me when Microtech does it. Doesn't bother me when Buck does it. Some people really care, and it is a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Night Rayer says, does that Geo knife have a reversible clip? Yes, it does. You can't see it because they milled the filler tab out of the handle scale, so it actually freaking matches. But yes, reversible clip on the Poltergeist Works collaboration with Geo knife. It's really good, by the way. Content on this guy is also coming soon. Yeah, what's up, Dolomite? Welcome in. Lemon says, Machine-Wise sold a Flipper Delete Mojave a couple weeks ago. I am not shocked. Machine-Wise is doing a great job of listening to what people wanted. For example, a lot of people, myself included, complained about the lack of jimping on the flipper tab. It took a couple releases. Next thing you know, all of a sudden there's jimping on the flipper tab. I knew it was only a matter of time before people were like, just cut it off. Cut off the pocket pecker. Do it. Guys, we need to get to the Only Spartans Discord to do some pocket checks. This is the Only Spartans Discord. I've mentioned it a few times. This is the community for the channel. If you want to join this community, there's a lot of really cool stuff here. Oftentimes people ask me, how do I get my pocket check picture featured in the live stream? This is how. Okay? Head on over to the Only Spartans Discord if you're a channel member. If you're not a channel member, consider becoming one. Membership starts as low as 99 cents. So, starting off today, we've got Nick T. He's got the Warncliffe Wednesday going on with the Evolved EDC Sin. Oftentimes I call this the Bestech Sin. Bestech bought out this design from Evolved EDC. It was this whole thing. I don't know the details, but if you ever hear me call it the Bestech Sin, that's why. It was originally from Evolve EDC. He's also got the High Grain Design DeVille. Beautiful, beautiful warning. Couple beautiful warnies. Vavelski, he's got the silver twill carbon fiber buddies. Look at that. The Kubi Spike and the Remette Meteor. Solid, man. Nice shots too. I like the green, the green moss peeking out through the wood. Yeah. Plus silver twill just looks so good. If you're going to do twill carbon fiber, like basket weave carbon fiber, silver twill is the way to go. I believe that. Solid shot. TC Blades, he's got the Oz. Is that an Oz Rosie? Believe so. Are those custom handle scales? I believe so. If I'm not mistaken, I think he does those handle scales himself. Are those like a resin scale? TC, are you out there? Did you do those scales yourself? What's the material? What's the material? The Ponds has got the Hogue Deca, of course. Of course. Very nice. Dazed, he's got a mule team, a MagnaMax mule team. And then this is an Asher Knives. Which Asher Knives is that? Not sure. Rebel Rouser coming in hot. He's got the, I believe based on the length comparison, that's the Neutron and not the Atom. Neutron and Atom look very close, very similar. I like the Anno that TRM did on those handle scales. Very nice. Grateful Dong's got the Kaiser Egress. Solid. Cleaver-esque. Yeah, I like it. This is my pocket check pick. I didn't do anything fancy today, guys. I actually did carry this, by the way. Carried the small Sebenza 21. Where is it? Oh, it's still in my pocket. Small Sebenza 21 recently revamped with MagnaCut from local legends Chris Reeve Knives. And I say local because they're less than like 3 miles away from where I live. I also updated it with their new metal injection molded clip. Boom, check that out. Turns out the best pocket clip you can put on a Chris Reeve knife is made by Chris Reeve. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, and then the billet spin pen, also American made. It's a nice carry today. Yeah. Aaron, he's got, is that a Shark Nivco? I believe that, is that a Waka? Is that a Shark Nivco Waka? Hold on. I feel like I should know this. Hot damn, it is. Guys, I'm actually not bombing it this time on the pocket check. Oh, let's go. Fishbag, aka Craig Vincent. He's got 7 knives, and you best believe he actually does carry 7 of them. We've seen photo evidence of what his pockets look like. He's got the Tylite, he's got the Ritter Hogue, he's got the, is that the Buck? Oh, I want to say it's not the Spitfire. Is it the Spitfire? It's not the Spitfire. He's got a 15V Manix 2 lightweight. It's got a cold steel. What is that? It looks mean. B Devious has got the new ZBP microtech ultratech single edge with the that's the apocalyptic. Is that the apocalyptic single edge? I think so. I still need to get one of these. I don't fully trust that Microtech is going to win that lawsuit. If you didn't know, Microtech is currently in a lawsuit with Hawk Knives over the zero blade play mechanism. There's a whole thing about it. JT, he's got the Pictus, he's got the Asher Spiro Warncliffe, and then he's got the ATK Halt. Solid knives. I see you coming through hot on Warning Wednesday. I don't know if I consider the Pictus to be a Warncliffe though, because it has a slight curve. It's got a little bit of curvature. It's a badass knife though. Recently checked one out that was loaned to me. Love the freaking Gecko Customs Pictus. One of the best knives I've had an opportunity to check out all year long. Let's go, Carlos. He's got the Borka Blades Shylock. That's a flex and a half. Am I on your freaking... I'm on your infotainment system. Coming to you live from your car speakers. No way. No friggin' way. The Borka Blades Shylock is badass. I would love to own one of those. That is not a cheap knife. How much was that? Like 3,000? Something like that? Oh my goodness. 2 Borka Blade Customs? Damn it. I am very jealous. Those are not both Shylocks though, right? Is that a custom stitch? Custom Borka stitch? I know this one, this one right here is the Shylock. That one's not also a Shylock though. I'm jealous. I need some of that in my life. Drinkwater coming through hot with the XM24 Warning. And then a tiny Warning. He's got just a little guy, the Spyderco McBee. It's a really big knife and a really tiny knife. I like it. Jim Miller's got... Ooh. He's got the Precision Knife Works Warntack. He's got the... Is that the Mica? The CJRB Mica. I always got that and the Mini Pyrite mixed up. I believe that's the Mica. Yeah. And that's the CRKT Kiss, right? Jim normally helps me out. He's like, he's not going to get it today. I'm not giving him a handicap today. Let's go. Demco 80 20.5. Very nice. Very nice. Shark's Foot Blade. Big Jim, he's got the Para 3 and L-Max. Nice. You don't see a lot of Spyderco L-Max out there anymore. I believe Blade Ops was doing L-Max as their exclusive. I've got a Blade Ops exclusive paramilitary 2 that I'm hanging on to because I don't trust that we're going to keep seeing L-Max from them. Bob Tism coming in hot with the Prince Customs Protean. The Skelly. Did you guys see that Prince Customs did a partial Skelly? I'm not a big fan of the skeletonized handles in general, but they did a partial Skelly with the holy blade. So it had a deployment hole instead of this partial, and the handles were partial skeletonized. Looks awesome. I need to get a Prince Protean. Crazy Roach. He's got the Yan Knives Chevron. Another good knife. Love it, man. Chevron is a great knife. Here we go. Night Rare. He's got his custom, and I say custom because this is a Manix 2 lightweight blade. He had to take a donor knife to get this blade to fit with those handle scales. Yeah. Those are the Mettenboss scales. Love them. And he also has the, I believe that's a tritium insert on a Flytanium ball cage, right? And then of course he's also got the Met and Boss titanium lanyard hole plug. Really, really cool build. I love that. I love that he did the donor knife to make the Manix 2 lightweight blade fit with regular Manix 2 scales. That's awesome. Let's go Southpaw. He's got that's the Devo Mash, the Tri-Stash. And is Casey still in the chat? Casey, don't hate me. That's the downdraft, right? The Tempest downdraft. Right? Okay, moving on. Reckless Precision. He's got a fully custom knife. Damn. Look at that. Love it. I love these designs because they're very purpose built. Like this is built for cutting fishing line, right? Like this little sharpened hook at the end, that's supposed to be for cutting line. Antler handle. Very nice. Custom fixie. Love it. Level on up. He's got an Asher Spiro warning with the blue carbon fiber twill. The blue twill carbon fiber, right? That's a good shot too. I like it. Okay. Ooh, one sneaky bee. He's got a lineup and a half. Look at that. He's got machinist proof 001. Are you kidding me? You got 001? Damn it. Meanwhile, I'm number 28. He's got production 347. So machinist proof number 1. Production. This is the production one. He's got a plain Jane Oz Rosie, a honeycomb pattern Prince Protean, and then, oh yeah, you know, he's also got a Craig Brown Cortex XL. Hey, same milling pattern as mine. I'm here for it. What a nice lineup. Did you carry all those today? This is the pocket check, good sir. Maybe I should change the name of this to the live stream Pocket Flex. He said he carried the Nimble and the Binge today. Very nice. Very nice. Guys, that's the pocket check. I know I've missed a lot in the chat. I know. Getting back to the chat now, let's go ahead and check on this poll. I asked, is the current drama with MagnaMax something or nothing? 20% said it's something. 12% said it's nothing. And 68% say it. I like rocks. Fine. We keep getting waves of people popping into the live stream, and I think that they're just looking for information on MagnaMax. Because at one point we had 85 people in here, and they're like, crap, he's not talking about the steel after all. He's just doing pocket checks. Clickbait. I did talk about it. I did. I knew that the live was going to go like this, though. I knew it. Guys, I'm just going to jump. I know I'm going to miss stuff, so I'm sorry, but I'm just going to jump towards the bottom of the chat. It says, TRM Adam, wrong again, Rolls. Damn it. Are you serious? It's the Atom? I thought based on the size comparison, it was the Neutron. Red Black says small Sebenza is a classic. Yeah, I love my small Sebenza. I've been carrying this a lot lately. And you can tell because when I got this back from Chris Reeve after the spa date, it wouldn't flick open. And now the action is incredible. It's a new blade. It's a MagnaCut blade. New washers, new blade, new thumb stud. Incredible action. I love it. Got tape all over the edge from opening boxes. I'm going to have to clean that off. Ed B says, never got into fly fishing. Always wanted to try, but never had the time to learn. Same. Dolomite says, is there MagnaMax drama? Yeah. So the drama is that there is some word that the Spyderco mule teams may have been made with a non-standard second batch from Crucible that might have more chromium than it was supposed to. Now the rub on that, because a lot of people will say, well, who cares? Because the mule team is not necessarily supposed to be the final form of the knife steel. That's one of the reasons why they have the mule team, so that they can get feedback, right? And potentially, offer feedback on the knife steel. Well, if it's not actually supposed to be even close to the final form, then why do we have it? Why is it a mule team? We don't know. Apparently, Spyderco doesn't want they don't want it publicized what the composition of MagnaMax really is. Initially, they had it publicized. It's on the freaking welcome letter that came with my mule team, but they're not wanting it publicized. Who knows? Ed B says, I love Japanese dubbed roll lives. What? You don't dub this live in Japanese. Damn it. SPEW. Damn it. Jim, this is why I need help, man. For some reason I thought it was the KISS, the KISS, KISS. That's a different fixed blade. Damn it. All right, I'm jumping on the chat. Lemon says they only did the laser blades on the machinist proofs, right? I don't know. I mean, I've got a machinist proof right here, and mine's just what they call their light wash, which is kind of like a really light stone wash. I mean, makes sense. The light wash blade is not the prettiest looking finish on the blade, but it is ideal for someone like me who's actually going to carry this and use it to open boxes and crap, because it's basically like your prefab jeans. But no laser engraving on mine. Dolomite says, I think all rolls pulls end up being I like rocks. It's a frequent winner. Not everyone, but it's a frequent one. Ed B says, hey, Roll is voiding his CRK warranty live on air. No, I'm not. Doesn't void the warranty to open it with thumb flick. Stop it. Says Stiff Kiss got 2 of those. I mixed up your fixed blades. It's my bad. Rebel Rouser, have a good rest of your night, brother. Hope the rest of your week goes well. Boptism says, Sal broke the Steel Da Vinci Code. Skull says, here's some ideas for future powder metallurgy steels. MagnaMax, Magna Slice, Primo Cut, MaxiMax. MaxiMax sounds like a tampon. Right? Yo, Rob's Nerdy Knives in the house. What's up, Rob? Round of applause for Rob. Says, it says right on their website, do not flick. Does it? No, it doesn't. Stop it. It does not say that. Chris Reeve Knives. Let's see. There's no freaking way it says do not flick on their website. Anywhere. There's no way. Doesn't say what voids the agreement. It would be the dumbest thing in the world to put thumb studs on a blade and then be like, don't flick it. Like, we're all teenagers. They know we're not going to listen to that advice. Let's go. Flick. Ooh, here we go. Other damage caused by disassembly, accident, abuse, misuse, or other external caused by excessive and or aggressive blade flicking, opening rapidly and closing of a folding knife. That only matters if the blade is actually damaged, though. Where did I put it? Like, there's no damage that has occurred from this. And everyone knows that the lock bar eventually will travel its way across across the handle scale anyways. I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty sure I actually tried to thumb flick it in the office, in the Chris Reeve storefront. I'm pretty sure I had tried that. And nobody said anything. Listen, if you put thumb studs on a knife and you like, they're not going to void the warranty for thumb flicking. What they'll void the warranty for is if you flick it so freaking hard that it breaks something. And that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. They're like, well, the thumb stud is for the slow roller. You know, you just one of these guys. Nah. Don't believe it. But you flicked it with force. No, I flicked it with authority. There's a difference, Ed. Get it straight. It says just don't check it for vertical blade rock. There is none. So for example, I think you're talking about lock rock. Hold on. Something that the Sebenza 31s are known for is getting lock rock. That's where when you place force, come on, focus. When you put force on there, it can cause the lock bar to travel. That's not an issue with the 21s, and I'll tell you why. Because on the 31s and on the Umnumzons, of which I have right here, by the way. Yeah, I flicked this one with force too. The lock bar interface is a ceramic detent ball. Can I get any rock on there? No. My Umnumzon doesn't have it. But neither does the small 21. That's one of the main differences between a 21 and a 31 is that the 21 has a traditional inset detent ball. It's not the lock bar interface. It has a carbidized lock face, carbidized titanium lock face, which means that the lock bar has been hardened where it contacts the tang of the blade. On the 31s and on the Umnumzon, it has a ball bearing lock bar interface. So it's the ball bearing that's contacting the tang of the blade, not, you get the point. It's different. So 31s, you will see lock rock. This one does not have any vertical play or horizontal play at all. Nothing. It's locked up, locked out, like it's doing 25 to life. No issues with the small Sebenza 21. It's one of the things that makes it more desirable for collectors. Umnumzon, still love the crap out of this knife though. Maybe I'll carry that one tomorrow. Rob's Nerdy Knife says, I flick my large Sebenza. Everyone does. People will polish the crap out of their washers just so that it flicks easier. Dolomite says, Roll, you working on comparison video for the Buck and Bel Air? Can't wait for that one. It's coming out tomorrow. I mentioned this earlier. I've already filmed it. I've filmed my comparison. And guys, there are differences. Listen, there is enough similarities between what these offer that many people might look at this and say, well, the Bel Air and the Range Elite offer enough similarities where maybe it's not worth it to spend the extra, 60 to 20 bucks, depending upon which Bel Air you're looking at. The Bel Air is a fantastic value. No matter which way you slice it, by itself, it is a fantastic value, even for the carbon fiber version. I got this one from White Mountain Knives, which means that you can use the discount code. My discount code is RSP10. Take 10% off, don't pay taxes, don't pay shipping, and you'll pay 180 bucks for this, and that's carbon fiber and MagnaCut USA made, baby, for 180 bucks. How is Benchmade still selling knives? I don't know. Because if you were to get this with a butterfly on it, it would probably cost 2 to 3 times as much. And that is not an exaggeration. Daniel M, what's up, man? He says, I'm looking at the 31, 21, and Umnumzon. Which one do you recommend? It really depends on what your use case scenario is. Are you looking at it from the stance of a collector? Are you looking at it from the stance of a carry enthusiast? Are you carrying it every day? Do you have certain tasks in mind for it? if you want a good all-around knife, I'll say this. The 21 is hard to get because they don't make them anymore, right? Like this was made in 2015. So you can't just go out there and buy one. You have to find one on the secondary. Are they available on the secondary? Yeah, I've seen some available on the secondary. They're not super common, but they're also not the most rare thing I've ever seen either. The Umnumzon is hard to get because they're very desirable. People love the harpoon shape, but they're readily available. This is a current model for them. It'll be easier to get a Tanto variant than the drop point variant like what I have right here. I hunted specifically for the drop point variant. These ones sell out faster than the Tantos. This is going to be a full-size knife. Lots and lots of cutting real estate right here. It's also going to be very good at piercing. Personally, I like the drop point better than the Tanto because as someone that likes to sharpen their own knives, I don't typically enjoy sharpening Tanto knives. If you do, great. The Tanto is going to give you a more reinforced tip. The drop point is going to be slicier all the way through. Plus, I just think it's better looking in general. If you want a full-size knife, Umnumzon all the way. If you want to get the Chris Reeve experience without having to hunt for it, get a Sebenza. Sebenza 31 is going to be a great knife for you. And if you are a collector looking to round out your collection, a Sebenza 21 is always a good option because they don't make them anymore. So get them while you can, because at some point, people are just not going to have them for sale. They're going to end up in the hands of collectors who know what they have and are not going to be willing to part with them. So if it was me, I would say from the perspective of a collector / enthusiast who both collects and carries everything that he owns, for me, if I had the opportunity, it would go in order of priority like this. I'd probably go Sebenza 21, Umnumzon, and then Sebenza 31. Sebenza 31s, you can find them everywhere. They're readily available. The 21s, not so much. The Umnumzons, they are available, but they sell out so quickly. Will that change? Who knows? Look at the back order log from Chris Reeve's website. They're like back ordered 4 years. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question. Rob says, unfortunately, you cannot replace the caged bearings on the Bel Air with skiffs unless you buy new steel washers. I didn't know that. That's some good information. It says small or large Sebenza. I like the small. I like the small. It's a really good EDC size. You know, like this, it's unobtrusive, but it's got a nice hollow grind on it. So it's very slicey. It fits my hand well, especially for example, today I carried the small Sebenza 21 and I carried the Mule Team. So it's a great folding knife for when I want a folding knife and I don't want to pull out a fixed blade to, you know, like open my mail. I like it. If you're into EDC sized, and when I say EDC size, I mean 7 inches, right? 7 inches is EDC size. 7 to like 7 1/4 is EDC size. 7 1/2 to like 8 is going to be what I consider more of a full size. But this is great. A lot of people consider the Umnumzon and the full size Sebenzas to be a little large. I enjoy carrying this one too. This one also gets a lot of carry time. If I could only have one, let's not play that game. I have them both. Love my Umnumzon, love my small Sebenza 21. Currently, this has been getting more pocket time since I got it back from Chris Reeve. They put on a bead blast for me, which is nice. And they swapped the blade out from S35 VN to MagnaCut. They will do that. Wicked Dream says, I heard 7 inches was satisfying. Sounds legit. Frankie says, Nkosi not getting any love. For me, I'll be honest. Like, I like the classic lines of the Sebenza more than the Nkosi. It's a personal preference on aesthetics. I'm not saying the Nkosi looks bad because it doesn't. I don't see a big enough difference between the knives to lean towards getting an Nkosi. Like, I'm going to get a full-size Sebenza. I don't have one. I'm going to get a full-size Sebenza. It's going to be my next Chris Reeve purchase. I might try an in single blade shape. Might go ahead and just get another drop point. And then after that, I want to get a small Sebenza 31 to complement this one. Maybe in box elder. You guys want to see something cool? Check this out. If you go to DLT, they actually do have some serialized Sebenzas, right? So I was looking up small Sebenza 21 box elder. I'm very tempted by this. They have serialized box elder inlay small Sebenza 21s here, and they're not as expensive as I thought they'd be for being serialized. This one's left-handed. Like, this one killed me because I looked at it, I'm like, oh, number 3, that's a really good serial number. Left-handed. I am not left-handed. They've also got another, this is another good one. Number 100. 100 is a great serial number. Look at that. Box elder inlay. Box elder is really, really cool. Classy. It's a classy rod. Look at that. And I like the fact that it's actually serialized. That's rather cool. So yeah. It is what it is. Says you can find plain Jane small Nkosi's for like 300 on secondary. I believe it, man. I definitely believe it. It's like full size. I'm more of a good geometry guy. Listen, when the full size does have an advantage over the small. The advantage is that it has a taller blade, which means that it stays thinner for longer, which means that it's going to be slicier in the long run. But for EDC tasks, like just pulling this out to open up a box real quick, which I did like 3 or 4 times today, I got some packages in. It's great. You know, like if I don't need the sliciest blade this side of the Rockies, then this is great. That being said, when you look at it in comparison to something like the Umnumzon, the entire blade is about the same height as the hollow grind of the Umnumzon. So geometry wise, the bigger versions, the Zon, the full size Sebenza, they're going to have better slicing geometry because they stay thinner for longer. Just saying. It says serial number 007 is. They have 007 on here? I don't see it. Said every woman ever. Oh man. Michael Brantz, what's up, man? He says, I'm new to knives. I bought an automatic SOG E0 iOS choice. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about that model. But let's go ahead and check it out real quick. Killed the music there for a second. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let's look this up. The Studies and Observations Group, aka SOG. SOG E0 iOS. Google's trying to correct my search. Don't you dare, Google. It's choice. Automatic SOG 0. It's an automatic. That's an automatic. It's actually pretty cool for an automatic. I like it when they do the switches. Automatic knives. We'll find it. We'll find it. Is it this one? Or is it this one? I think you meant this one, right? One of these two? I'm partial to the silver/chrome. Let's see. What are we working with here? Hit me with the tech specs. All right. It is S35, a cryo-treated S35. Very nice. Aluminum handle scales. 7.8 inches overall. Drop point. It's their XR lock, which means that that's their crossbar lock. So it's a crossbar automatic. Crossbar automatics are strangely satisfying. Strangely satisfying. I kid you not. There's something about pulling back on the lever and having it flick open the blade, which is just satisfying. Right on, man. Very cool. I haven't checked out a SOG knife in a long time. They're like, it's Studies and Observations Group. Everyone will just call it SOG anyways. Or at least I will. Hold the phone. We're getting the chat back up. All right, we got some shout outs. First and foremost, Bradford Mitchell. It says new member, but on my end, it actually says member for 1 month.
This is Sparta!
Thank you for being a channel member for a month. And shout out to my man, John Tagamori, JT, Spartan for 11 months, coming up on that 1 year anniversary. Thank you for riding with the channel. And Bradford Mitchell has upgraded his membership to a Spartan. Guys, thank you so much. Let me tell you guys, like on a real note, like music off, the support means the world. After I moved from Colorado to Idaho, I had a lot of anxiety. Like, I knew that the amount of time I'd be able to spend on the channel was going to drop just due to circumstances. And it made me a little self-conscious. Like, if I can only produce half the amount of content, will the audience stick around? As a content creator, those are the things that keep me up at night. And it's tough. And you guys have not only stuck with the channel, but you've been here through the tough times, and the channel has grown regardless. Like, in the last couple of days, we passed the 13,000 subscriber mark. And that's just one single metric of viewership. It's not the end-all be-all. Subscriber count is not the end-all be-all. But it means a lot. So I wanted to say thank you, guys. Thank you to the channel members. Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to everyone who watches, who turns on the notification bell. It means a lot when you spend your time watching content that I created. That means something. So thank you. And especially a big special shout out to all the freaking haters. Believe it or not, the haters engage the most. And it's really entertaining seeing what they're going to say next. Guys, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. We're going to call it a night. It's getting late here. I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you. We will be live this Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. Time zone math sucks, so I did it for you. I hope to see you there. If you're a channel member and you want to chat before then, hit me up in the Only Spartans Discord. For everybody else, have a great rest of your week. Knock out this week like it's nobody's business, and I'll see you this weekend. Have a good one, guys.